A terrified girl sits alone in a dark, mysterious room. Tears stream down her face as she pleads for help, but the phone is dead. Suddenly, strange and eerie sounds break the silence. Though nothing is clearly visible, an unseen force violently pulls her away. The scene then shifts to some time earlier. Four foreign friends arrive in a tropical city for a holiday. During their stay, one of the girls notices her precious earring is missing. Not long after, a mysterious local boy returns it to her, saying he found it in the pool. This moment sparks a connection, and they all sit down to talk with him. During their conversation, he reveals that he's there searching for his brother, an archaeologist, who went missing while exploring a mysterious ancient site with a girl. The next day, curiosity gets the better of the group, and they decide to find that same mysterious place themselves. After a night of partying where emotions run high, the group gets ready in the morning and sets out for the unknown location. However, the local guide, who is supposed to take them, disappears. Left with no choice, they hire a taxi to take them as far as the edge of the forest. From there, the journey continues on foot. As they walk deeper into the jungle, they discover old signs and an abandoned jeep, likely belonging to the archaeologist. Strange encounters begin as they spot a few silent locals who stare at them without expression. Still, the group continues forward. Then comes the moment they stumble upon a hidden ancient ruin, massive and mysterious. A tent is pitched on top, possibly belonging to the missing brother. Suddenly, a group of locals arrives on horseback, shouting angrily. One of the boys tries to calm them down, but when a girl steps onto the plants and starts taking photos, the locals become enraged. The boy tries to return the camera in peace, but an arrow pierces his chest, followed by another attack. In panic, the group runs up to the top of the ruins. The locals surround the base, but they don't climb up, as if warning them not to come back down. At the top, they find the empty archaeological camp, scattered gear, a deep pit, and a dead body. Slowly, it becomes clear. They've entered a forbidden place, and now there may be no way out. Suddenly, they hear a mobile phone ringing. Shocked, they realize the sound is coming from deep inside the pit. Matthias grabs a lantern, ties a rope around himself, and begins descending. The others carefully lower him down. But only seconds later, the rope snaps, and Matthias falls into the darkness. The lantern crashes, followed by his painful screams echoing from below. Panicking, the group prepares another rope and decides to send Stacy down this time. As she descends the lantern, she notices strange vines wrapping around the well's walls. As she tries to remove them, Matthias says he can't move his legs. Meanwhile, the group above begins preparing a stretcher. Amy warns them that moving someone with a back injury is risky. Desperate, Amy runs down the ruins to ask the locals for help, but they aim guns at her. Jeff rushes to stop her, and during the scuffle, Amy accidentally falls onto the vines. The locals, clearly disturbed by this, grow angry. In frustration, Amy rips some vines and throws them at them. Most of the locals back away, but a child gets entangled in the vines. A tragic moment follows. He is shot. His mother silently watches as Amy breaks down in tears. Jeff pulls Amy back up to safety, and the group quickly prepares the stretcher. They now realize the locals are terrified of the vines. It becomes clear they're not being held captive by the people, but by the plants. Below, Stacy hears the phone again and searches for it. But the sound is coming from the vines themselves. She realizes that these plants are dangerous and possibly alive. When the stretcher is lowered, it doesn't fully reach the bottom. So the girls drag Matthias over and lay him on it, though it causes him immense pain. He's finally pulled up and the girls follow. Jeff, a medical student, checks Matthias and warns the others not to move him again. Amy searches their bags and finds the keys to the Jeep, offering some hope. Jeff finds an airline ticket in Dimitri's bag, showing a flight booked for the next morning. This gives him faith that someone will come searching for them. Amy tends to Stacy's wounds, who sobs in pain and blames herself for everything that's happened. The next morning, Jeff urinates on the vines and is startled when he uncovers a skeleton buried beneath them. Suddenly, Stacy wakes up in panic. The vines have wrapped tightly around her leg. Eric helps her remove them, but they soon discover something far more disturbing. The vines have started growing inside her injury. Eric tries to pull them out as Stacy says she can feel something moving inside her. They begin to realize that the pollen from the plant has likely spread onto their clothes and may even be growing inside their bodies. Matthias groans in pain, and Amy rushes over. As she lifts the blanket, she sees that vines have completely wrapped around both of his legs. Jeff helps him up, but the wounds are far too deep to be cleaned. Just then, the sound of a ringing phone echoes from within the well again. Amy and Stacy, carrying torches, climb down into the pit. The sound leads them into a tunnel where they must walk over vines. Inside, they find the body of a woman completely entangled, likely the same archaeologist, clutching a broken phone. Suddenly, the ringing resumes, but this time it's coming from the flowers themselves. Amy reaches out to touch them, but the vines immediately grab her hand. She struggles and finally breaks free. Terrified, the girls try to escape as the vines begin spreading fast. Amy makes it out, but Stacy's foot gets caught. The vines begin dragging her back, but Amy turns around, grabs her, and pulls her free. Screaming, they both grab the rope, shouting for the others to pull them up. As they ascend, the vines on the walls crawl toward them, but luckily, they reach the top just in time. Back at the top, the group debates what to do next. Eric insists on escaping to get help, but Jeff reminds him that anyone who tries to leave will be shot by the locals. Jeff believes someone from the hotel, or nearby, must be searching for them. They just need to survive until help arrives. But now, food and water are limited. Each person is given only a little. Jeff feeds Matthias, but sees that his condition has worsened. Jeff tells the group that the only way to save Matthias now is to amputate his legs before the infection spreads. The group argues, but Matthias, in pain, gives his consent. The girls wait outside the tent as Jeff prepares the painful procedure. He gives Matthias alcohol and a belt to bite down on. Eric holds Matthias down while Jeff heats a rock, smashes the bone, and begins cutting with a small knife. Matthias screams in agony. Eric holds him tightly as Jeff cauterizes the wound using a hot pan. The girls rush in, furious, because Jeff had said it wouldn't hurt this much. As they argue, the vines crawl in and drag away Matthias' severed legs. It's now confirmed. The plants are carnivorous. That night, Jeff heads down the stairs again and sees the locals still on guard. In the tent, Stacy sobs uncontrollably. Outside, Amy and Eric sit quietly. Amy rests her head on Eric's shoulder. But Stacy sees this and misunderstands, thinking Amy is being unfaithful. Another argument erupts. When Jeff returns, Stacy lashes out, accusing Amy of cheating before. During the heated exchange, no one notices the vines creeping toward Matthias' mouth. By the time Jeff sees it, it's too late. Matthias is dead. Stacy panics, convinced the vines are inside her too. She grabs a knife and threatens to cut herself open, but Eric stops her. Screaming in frustration, Stacy pushes him. Then, they all hear something strange. The flowers are repeating Stacy's words in her exact voice. The next morning, Jeff and Amy watch the locals sprinkle salt around the area, trying to stop the vines from spreading. Jeff now realizes that this plant is ancient and extremely dangerous. Even animals avoid it. Eric walks out of the tent and tells them Stacy's condition is getting worse. Jeff pours alcohol on her leg and cuts open the wound, inserting his fingers and pulling out the vines. Though it's painful, Stacy urges him to continue. Jeff does the same on her back, pulling out several more vine pieces. After closing the wounds, the group eats what little food they have left. But Stacy remains paranoid, insisting something is still inside her. As she tries to cut again, they stop her and Amy hands her alcohol to calm her. When she drinks, the others see a vine moving under her skin. Stacy notices their alarmed expressions, and something in her snaps. Eric announces that no one is coming, and he plans to leave that night. Later, when everyone is asleep, Stacy sneaks out, grabs a knife, and hears the flowers repeating her words again. The others wake and rush out, only to find Stacy standing in a pool of blood. She has inflicted multiple wounds on herself. Jeff tries to stop her, but she slices his hand. Eric steps in, but Stacy accidentally stabs him in the chest. Eric falls and dies. Almost immediately, vines drag his body away. Crushed by guilt and pain, Stacy begs them to kill her. Amy refuses, but Jeff, knowing she's suffering, ends her life. Then, he covers Amy in blood, hands her the keys, and tells her, "Whatever happens, don't stop." He carries her down the steps, places her on the ground, kisses her one last time, and walks ahead to distract the locals. He shouts Amy's name as she begins to run. The locals shoot arrows, eventually capturing Jeff. To end his suffering, their leader shoots him in the head. Meanwhile, Amy flees through the jungle. Arrows whiz past her, piercing trees and nearly hitting her. She trips and falls, but doesn't stop running until she finally reaches the jeep. The key works. She starts the engine and speeds away. But the relief doesn't last long. A vine mark is now visible on her face too. The next morning, a group of friends arrives at the mysterious site, searching for their missing companion, Dimitri. Will they fall into the same trap? So that's it. Hope you enjoy the story. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more videos.